Welcome you all. We'll now start with the second session for learning the Perl language. And this is the agenda. So we'll start by learning the scalar variables in the Perl. These are the data types, and next we'll start with some of the packages, the basic packages like the assigning for the strength, the warning, and the diagnostics using these kind of packages. Then we'll discuss on the variables, how you can declare the variables, the scalar variable, the strings, the assignment, some kind of operators for the scalar, and then we'll deal with some simple kind of example by writing the Perl script. So these three are the primary data types for the Perl: the scalars, the arrays, and the hashes. So now we are discussing with the scalar data type, and in the further session we'll discuss on arrays and the hashes. So unlike the other languages, so those which focus on the things like the strings, integers, and the floats and so on, but this in the Perl, it focuses on how you organize your data. The important part here is about the organizing data rather than looking into what actually the data is. And the next thing is about how you need to understand how to create, how to assign the values to these kind of data types. So these are the packages which we need to use for writing the script, assuming like each of this the code we have at least this kind of these packages will be used: the use strict, the warning, and the diagnostics. And these three statements will help us to save our time on getting into a lot of different kind of errors while writing the Perl script. And it will force us to declare most of the variables, the subroutines, what we need to use, and it will also warn us if we are making some kind of syntax errors, or if we are doing some kind of wrong writing the language. For example, as we discussed in the previous session, we are using the by question mark rather than using the EQ. It will let us know what actually the error is. And the third is about using the diagnostics. So most of the experienced Perl programmers, they don't use the diagnostics, but at a starting point of writing the learning the Perl, so we should use this package that will actually help us to extend the description on what actually the wrong or the mistake what we have done, and it will also suggest to how to fix those kind of errors. So these three packages I let to know the student they should use this so that they can learn what are the different problems at the starting part of the writing the Perl script. Okay, so now we'll discuss on to the variables. So as you all know, as you learned into different the programming languages like C and even into Java, a variable is a name for a container that holds one or more values. Okay, so these are some of the examples for defining the variable. We'll discuss in the next slide what actually is the my. So this is how you will declare a new variable by using the my, and this is the dollars and what you use. This is for declaring the variable. This is the slang. Okay, and this is the variable, and we are assigning the value for that. The bits is the value which will be assigned to our variable, and I am defining it by using the my. Okay, and this is the array. So at is then array, the book, and we are assigning the multiple values onto this. And the similar way, the inversity, so we can directly assign the variable into another variable, as we have already defined the or, and we are given its the value as the bits, and this again can be assigned into this the new variable. Once we print the inversity, it will display it as the bits. Okay, so this example assigns value for some of the variables, and in this third statement as we discuss now, so it will give the word as the bits to your console. Okay, and these variables usually have the names, and these are also referred as identifiers in Perl language. Now moving further, as I said to you, so how we can declare the variable? This is by using the my function. So each variable in the preceding code is declared by using the my function. And when you declare a variable, okay, so when you declare a variable, you are telling to the Perl that yes, this is the variable where you need to start. Okay, and this my function, it is the most common way to use to declare a variable, and it also makes the variable visible only to the current or to hide it from the other parts of the program. Okay, so this is what, for example, you are defining, you are writing a different subroutine for into that. So you will be declaring the variable, and that will be used into that part of your program. Fine. So here, while declaring, we should be sure that my function is being used. If you are not using the my function, it will again give an error. So you will see the punctuation, right? So this variable, the dollar sign, as I said, so it will be used for declaring the variable, and this is actually called as a sigil. A sigil is a punctuation, the simple, or you can say it as a dollar mark for assigning for declaring the variable. The scalar variables, the s, which is actually called as the dollar sign, so it's the numix. In the numix you can write it as you can see it here, the single value. It is actually a single value, it's not a multiple value. Multiple values are for the arrays. So here, by using the scalar, it means that you are assigning a single value to that variable. It will start with the dollar sign and a single value of an array of hash instead of multiple values, as you can use in the array of hash, where you can assign the multiple values onto those variables. Irrespective of that, the scalar variables, it will hold exactly one value, and while assigning the variables, it will give a different variable if you are using either into lowercase or uppercase. The variable bits, like the capital B, is different from declaring the variable by using a small b, as you can see here. So these two variables are different as this stands. It's a case sensitive for the variable, and these two variables are different from each other. Okay, and as I said, the sigil, it refers to the single item for the scalar, and most of the time the scalar, it's either a number or a string. Okay, now we'll discuss on to the strings. This string, it contains the combination of the characters. The shortest possible string will have no characters. It's like the empty string. Okay, and the strings comes into two different flavors. One is the single quoted string literal and the double quoted string literal. Okay, what is actually the single quotation mark? As we discussed in the first session, while writing a one of simple script by using the print. Okay, in that we use the single quotation. So this stands the difference. What actually is the difference? We'll discuss it now here. This single literal is a sequence of characters enclosed in the single quotes. The character, what is the single quote? And this is not a part of the string itself. Okay, they are just there to tell that the Perl to identify the beginning and ending of the string, or you can say the data what has been there in between. So that is actually the beginning, to identify the beginning and end of the string literal. Okay, and any character other than the single quotation, single quote, that like the black slash or some of the other, like whatever you are writing, so that will stands as a character itself. Okay, so these are the examples you can see here. The bits in the single quotation, these are the 4 different characters assigned to the variable. For example, you are assigning, as we have seen it here, the examples, you can see here the bits in the single quotation, how you are assigned. The same way we are assigning into a particular variable, so in that variable it will contain the 4 different characters, that is the bits. Okay, and the Pilani, these stands as a throws, like for example this has the 6 different characters. Okay, and here it's a null, there is no any character, and don't, this is like in a single character, don't let an astroturf and this single the string prematurely. This tells that, for example, there's the slash, so you want to write this sentence and but don't have a single quotation mark. Okay, if you are not using the backslash, it will consider it as the end of the string. Okay, and after that whatever you are writing, it will give an error. So this quotation, single quotation, is our the character what we are using within our string. So to define this, we need to use the backslash. Okay, the same way at the end we are using the last character is the backslash. So to define this backslash, so we are using as this. Okay, and hello, this slash n, this is the hello followed by the backslash is followed by n. So in this within the quotation we are these all 7 characters. These all are 7 characters. It's not like the slash n, it will not go to the next line because you are using it to single quotation, as we are seeing here. So you want to put the slash, so you want to put as a backslash, so that is used as a character here. The hello, and you are going to next line and you are putting, and this is your whole declaration. So this is taken as the hello, new line, and the word there. So this is totally the 11 characters. Okay, 5 characters here and 1 new line, and after that you have the 5 characters here. And this is the single quotation, as you can see here. This within the single quotation you want to write, you want to define the single quotation mark. For defining that, use the backslash. Okay, and this is the single quotation which is followed by a backslash. This is how you define by using a single quotation literals. Now we'll discuss on to double quoted string literals. The double quoted string literals is a sequence of characters. Okay, so it's all like whatever you're writing into that whole thing is taken as a data, and the characters, some specific characters like the slash n, it will take it as a new line itself. And we will discuss on some of the examples here. The Pilani, it's the same as you declare by using the single quotation as the Pilani. Okay, now with the double quotation, here you have hello world and the next line. As you have seen, by using a single quotation, the slash and the backslash and the n will be taken as data itself, the character itself. But here, by using the double quotation, double quoted string literal, the hello word is a word and then it will be a new line character. Okay, so here the last character of the string is a quote mark. Okay, so double quotation, if you want to use, again it is the same, you want to use the backslash and you can define the character as a double quotation within this declaration. Okay, and after that you can see this is one of the example, the bits tab t, the Pilani. So here this will be taken as a tab. It's not like the slash, the backslash t as with the single quotation mark. It will be taken as a tab, and after that it will be typing it as a Pilani, which will be assigned to the variable where you are declaring. The same way we have using it here by using for some of the hot springs. These are some of the examples for the strings, the double quoted string like the Pilani, and it will be this kind of difference what it stands with the single and double quotation for declaring the variable. Okay, now moving further, there are a lot of different assignments, there are a lot of different operators you have to go through. I'm covering here little bit of some of the basic kind of operators you should know. Depending on that, you can build your knowledge and you can go through a lot of different kind of assignments. So the most common operation on the scalar variable is about the assignment, which is to give a value to a particular variable where you are declaring. The Perl assignment operator, it is equal to equal sign. Okay, this equal signs, this 17 is assigned to bits, the variable bits. Okay, and this hello, this is the 5 character which will be assigned to Pilani. And the same way you can also use this assignment operator by using the operators. The bits is the value as 17 and the plus is the addition with the 3. It will give the value 20 into the variable Pilani. Okay, now the value of the variable Pilani is changed from hello to the data to the integer value as 20. Okay, in this line the Pilani, the variable, the dollar Pilani star, that is the multiplication into 2. So now the value before for the variable Pilani is 20 and it's multiplied by 2, so it will give the value. Now the value of the variable Pilani will stands as 40. Okay, now the operators, all the binary operators that compute a value have a corresponding binary assignment form with an appended equal signs. Okay, for example here, so without the binary assignment operator. Okay, so this is also with the binary assignment operator. These two are stands equal, and it's the same way with the multiplication. These two are also equal part. Okay, this is a little bit of the assignment, and these are the comparison operators as you have we have seen in the before some of the examples. The equal to sign is EQ. It's not double equal to sign. You will give in the Perl as EQ, and not equal as a NE, and less than as a LT. Okay, and as I think most of you know about the C programming, what we use it in the C language. So here it's a little bit of different. How, for example, if you're comparing two integers which is less than, you should not use this sign, but you should write it as, for example, 9 LT 7. Okay, is 9 less than 7? So it will give the result. So this is how you will compare. Greater than is the GT, and LE is less than equal to. Okay, so these two are same, but with equal to, it will give one more. It will also check is it equal or not. Okay, the same way you have greater and equal to sign, and associated the precedent operators, for examples, on the left, the parenthesis and the arguments to it will be listed onto the left side. Okay, and this will give the precedence towards the left, and the plus and minus, it's auto increment or auto decrement, and this precedence has on to right, and these are the unary operators. There are a lot of different associated precedence operators. I request all of the students to get to know the same way how they used to learn in different kind of programming languages. The same way you need to know what are the precedence of the operators once you start writing the scripts. Okay, so this is an example. We will run this example now. So as I said, so this is the first line, the shebang, and after that we use the packages, the strict, the warning, and the diagnostics. Okay, so now I am declaring a variable my or, and I am giving the value bits belonging to that, and the next variable I am taking as a belonging. I am assigning an integer value 56 for that, and I am this is the third variable, the sum, and here I am adding the value 10 along with the variable value. Okay, and the print, I will print the OR variable here. So this contains the OR. As you see, this is the single quotation string variable. This will not give the value here. The value will be only written which contains into the double quotation, string, and this the value will be printed here. What is the value for the variable OR? Okay, and the sum here, as you see, this is into double quotation. Okay, this will give into the sum value. So this is the simple for declaring how the variables and how actually it will print. So now we will run this program. Okay, so as you can see here, there are two printing. So we have this all the variables here. The variable or, it will contain the variable that is the dollar or, it is giving because it is a single condition, the single string literal, and it contains the same way the dot or. So sorry, the or variable, it is giving here the value of the or, the variable or, that is the bits Pilani. It will be printed it here because this is into the double quotation literal. Okay, and next is on to the print the sum value. So here the sum is printed because it is double quotation. If you give it a single quotation, again it will print as the sum is dollar sum, but this is into double quotation literal. So the variable, the value of the variable will be printed here. So this is a simple example of declaring the variables and what are the important parts what you need to cover, and depending on this, so the student have to get to know what are the different assignment operators, how you actually declare the variables, and what are the different things involved into this. Okay, so now the student can work on to taking a lot of different examples of declaring the variables. Try doing some kind of run around onto those different kind of examples, and they can be familiar about the string about the variables. Okay, and in the next session we'll discuss on to the next data type. Those are the arrays and also the hashes. Okay, thank you.